Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat 11 augment build video. And today I want to go over the easiest and best way to beat the new Test Your Luck towers. Because if you don't know, these towers are insanely difficult and require a ton of defense, as the enemies deal a lot more damage and have a ton of health. When I mean a ton of health, I mean some enemies go up to 8,000 health, which is more than co-op towers. So I'll go over exactly how I beat them and how to do it quite easily. And I wish I put some of these augments kind of in action when I actually played it through my first time, like my first towers. So I want to make sure that you guys have a better start than I do. So I want to go over this augments and exactly what makes Test Your Luck towers so easy now. And most importantly, tell you how to get your opponent in this unblockable, uninterruptible kind of infinite combo against your opponent to make them not even be able to move. Before I get into the video, all I want to do is ask you guys to hit that like button and subscribe, because when you are subscribed and you recommend a video down in the comment section below, I am more likely to do your video, or at least do your video sooner, and it really does help me out, so it's a win-win scenario, and who doesn't like win-win scenarios? So other than that, let's go ahead and hop right into this augment build and go over why this makes Test Your Luck towers so dang easy. So the very first augment I've equipped it is a level 4 breakthrough. So this one probably haven't seen in any of my videos before, and the reason is that because obviously this only grants you a 100% chance to pierce your opponent's armor, and due to the fact that most normal towers of time opponents don't have armor. But the thing is, though, with Test Your Luck towers, some of them have armor, and certain armor that gives them a damage resist against certain type of attacks. Well, with breakthrough, they are no longer immune to those types of attacks, and you will always hit them. So yeah, very, very helpful. I didn't know if this augment was going to work, but then I tried it out, and it actually works amazingly, because the armor that, blocks your damage, and then they could just continue to attack and come at you, they can no longer do that, and this works for every single one of your attacks. Next is a level 4 superpowered. So you have 2,000 more health, but your movement speed is reduced and you cannot jump. The great thing about superpowered is the fact that you have a lot more health, and all you have about 3,000 health, and that gives you at least a ton of extra health, so you can take more damage even if they do get close to you. And you're not going to be really needing to jump or move due to the fact of Noob Saibot's abilities. And I'll go over exactly how I basically just spam them and get them to not move at all. All right, next is natural 20. So this makes all of my effects always trigger. However, I have no offensive or defensive gauge, which is really the main thing of natural 20. The reason why I'm using natural 20 to get rid of both my gauges is due to the fact that I use an augment called running on empty. So my special attacks have to be flawless blocked while both my gauges are empty. And when both my gauges are empty, I will flawless block every single one of their attacks. So yeah, great on defense and amazing for offense, due to the fact that your special attacks, which you're going to be spamming, are now completely unblockable unless they flawless block. And actually now they're completely unblockable due to the fact that I have an augment called Enforce. So your attacks cannot be flawless block while you have no offensive gauge. And due to the fact that natural 20 gets rid of both your gauges, obviously you have no offensive gauge. All right, next is Elder God Armor. So Elder God Armor is the best augment for Test Your Luck towers. And the reason why it's so dang good is because of its effect. So you're completely immune to every single type of effect. And while fighting, you're going to meet a lot of enemies that deal a lot of burn damage. For instance, I went against Scorpion, who would deal about 200 burn damage per second. Yes, you are right. If you got hit by any of Scorpion's attacks, you would literally take 200 burn damage per second. And this makes me completely immune to that burn damage. Not only that, but a lot of the Test Your Luck towers have some type of increased damage, which they get that increased damage through mighty attacks. And obviously, this makes you immune to those mighty attacks, so you take a lot less damage because they deal a lot less damage, and you're completely immune to all of their effects. For instance, a lot of their attackers, if not every single one of them, have some type of effect, whether it's Kotal's healing ability, which basically any one of his hits will heal him an incredible amount. Oppression, if you go against a Sindel, she will have oppression attacks. And obviously, each character has different attacks. You are completely immune to those. However, you cannot trigger those effects. But we are not using those effects whatsoever. And you're probably wondering, okay, but you said that you basically get them in this rhythm, which basically they can never break free of. And yes, that is 100% correct using the Jinsei augments, which I've currently equipped. The first Jinsei augment I currently have equipped is mostly for survivability. So this one is called a level 4 Darkness Falls. So it darkens the world by 95%, but will recover health over time. And this is actually a lot of health over time. So if you do take damage, you are gaining health insanely fast, depending on how dark the world is. And you're probably saying, whoa, darkening my screen by 95%, will I be able to see? Yes, you are completely able to see. I see completely fine. And even if you do not need help, you can always change your visual settings inside of the settings menu. All right, next is an insanely important augment, especially if you want to keep hitting them consistently and never let them get up. And that is increase the distance of Shadow Slide and Shadow Strike by 100%. We are using this for the Shadow Slide ability due to the fact that it's an insanely fast move. Not only that, but it's a low attack. And I don't know why, but AI opponents just suffer with low attacks. And especially when the fact that it's unblockable no matter what. And it's a special attack, it's unblockable, and it deals a lot of damage. Next is Shadow Curse. So I equipped this after I completed Test Your Luck Towers. But when reading the description, I was like, holy crap, this would have made my life a ton easier. And then I played another Test Your Luck Towers, and it's overpowered. So this makes my Shadow attacks, aka my Shadow Slide, curse victims, preventing gauge use for 4 seconds. And you're probably saying, okay, how is that really useful? Due to the fact that when you're spamming this attack, sometimes if they have defensive gauges, they'll do a get up roll, right? So they'll roll towards you, and thus you miss your attack, and then they have time to run at you and attack you. However, when they get hit by a Shadow Slide attack, which you're hitting them with every single second, they cannot do that. So yeah, they're literally stuck there forever. All right, for the abilities, I currently use Spirit Ball due to the fact that Spirit Ball is a very fast-moving target. And if you ever want to switch it up, this is a good thing because it's a mid and it's a projectile and special move, so it would be unblockable. Next, I use Shadow Slide due to the fact that this is the move you will be spamming in your gameplay because it's unblockable and it deals a lot of damage. And then Air Teleslam. So honestly, you can really choose any ability that you want, whether it's Sigil Toss or anything like that. I just like the Teleslam, but obviously you can't jump, but I just like having it equipped. AI behavior is useless due to the fact that you can't use your AI behavior while in Test Your Luck Towers. All right, guys, if you have any recommendations, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to respond to them. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you know anybody that could use this video, make sure to send this to them. All right, and I'm going to show a bit of gameplay after this. So this is really the end of the video unless you want to see some gameplay. All right, see you in the next one. Peace.
Round 1. Fight! Finish it. Noob Saibot wins. Flawless victory. Round one, fight. Noob Saibot wins. Round one, fight! Finish him! Fatality. Noob Saibot wins.